It's time to explore a nonfiction book about whales. Nonfiction is meant to teach us things. We read nonfiction in order to learn new facts. The book I'm going to share with you today is Whales, Giants of the Deep. Let's look at some of the features that make this a nonfiction book. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And the first thing I see here is what we call a table of contents. The table of contents lists the different chapters in the book, as well as the pages that each chapter starts on. So, how do I use a table of headings? Well, let's pretend that I only want to read about whales being mammals. I would go to my table of contents and look for that heading. Oh, look it's right here. Whales are mammals. If I look across, I see that information starts on page 7. So I would flip to page 7 and read all about whales being mammals. Let's look at some of the other things that make this a nonfiction text. Well, the real photographs. Nonfiction books are usually comprised of real photographs. Also, this nonfiction book has headings. The headings tell us what we're going to read about. Whenever you see a heading on a page, you always read it. It activates your schema, gets your brain ready for what you're going to read about. Also, this book, I love that the author did this. Oftentimes in nonfiction books, you see something titled Fun Facts, and that's where the author includes a really cool fact about the topic that they're writing about. So here he is telling us some fun facts. Okay, let's see. Oh, I also noticed that the author of this book included picture labels. I love when an author puts a picture and then makes labels to explain what's in the picture. Okay, let's get started. The goal is for you to be able to listen to me read a chapter and then tell some facts that you learned. So let's go ahead and go to the first chapter. The heading says whales. Whales are large sea animals. They have long, rocket-shaped bodies. Whales pump their flukes up and swim and down to swim. They use the flippers on their sides to steer. Whales have an eye on each side of their head. Now, I heard a new word here, flukes. I love that the author included new words and definitions right on the very page that they're written on. Let's see, what is a fluke? Fluke, one part of the wide, flat area at the end of a whale's tail. And he also included a picture of the fluke. So this picture says, it tells the name of the whale, but then it has these labels. And here, let me see if we can zoom in. It says flukes, and then you can clearly see what the flukes are. He also included the flippers and the eyes because he did talk about those in the words as well. So, what's something you learned in this chapter? Maybe you learned about flukes and how whales use them to swim. Maybe you learned that what the flippers are used for. What are the flippers used for? They're used to steer. The next chapter heading says, whales are mammals. Do you know what a mammal is? If you don't, I bet we're going to learn it right here. This chapter says, whales are mammals. Mammals are warm-blooded animals with a backbone. They have lungs, Whales breathe air into their lungs through blowholes on top of their head. This way of breathing makes them different from fish. Whales have either 1 or 2 blowholes. And again, we have a definition down here for the words warm-blooded. Warm-blooded, having a body temperature that stays the same. That means your body temperature doesn't go up and down, it stays the same. We are mammals too. All right, I also love these fun facts. So let's see what the author included here for a fun fact. It says, sperm whales can hold their breath for up to 2 hours. And then he also included a picture of the sperm whale. If you think about what information I just shared with you, was anything new or different? I learned that whales can have 1 or 2 blowholes. That was interesting. Let's do one more chapter. This is called whale blows. Do you know what a whale blow is? You're going to find out if you don't. Whales swim to the surface to breathe. Water sprays from their blowholes when they breathe out. This spray of water is called a blow. Whales sometimes can be identified by the shape of their blow. Blue whale blows are tall and thin. Gray whale blows are short and heart-shaped. That's very interesting. Let's look here at the fun facts. It says about 80 kinds of whales live in the world. Did you know that there were that many kinds of whales? And here you can see the blue whale blow. Do you remember what they said about the blue whale blows? They're tall and they're thin. Tall and thin blow. Did you learn any new information after I read this chapter to you? I did not know that we could sometimes identify a whale based on the shape of the blow. That was kind of new information for me. This book is full of information about whales. And if you're interested in learning more, you can go on ahead to our school library and check out Whales, Giants of the Deep. That's where I got this one from, our very own school library. All right, boys and girls, that is it for today and for Unit 11 of Foundations. You will be taking your test, and the next time I see you, we'll start Unit 12. All right, good job today.